Building the right team is crucial for building a successful business. I'll share a story. I had the privilege and opportunity to go to Harvard Business School, and there was 160 CEOs and founders from all over the world. It was one of the biggest learnings that I've ever received. And one of the things that was incredible, the way that I thought to be successful was totally shattered. I thought to be successful, it was all about the grind and the hard work and the determination and the perseverance and all of those things. And all those things are important, but it wasn't uttered. It wasn't uttered in the curriculum. And for all of the major successful people that were in my class, it was never uttered from them. And we had 3 billionaires in that class. And here's one of the things that I learned is that it is not about your work ethic. It is not about you out grinding people. He who builds the best team wins. And so that was one of the things that I really learned on this journey. And one of the things I'm going to show you in this episode is how to build a incredible team. And I'm simplifying it for you of understanding who are bronze medalists, who are silver medalists, and who are gold medalists. And if you get this thing wrong, you will go through some of the pains and you will cry your eyes out, as I have, where there's been times where I've had $1 million moments that got destroyed because I hired the wrong person. Some of the wrong hires have cost me over $5 million. And so that's what I want to show you in this episode of how to avoid those. And then once you get it right, you can have multiple blessings where I've built companies that have had over $24 million of sales. There's 3 types of employees: bronze, silver, and gold medalists. I'm going to start with the bronze. Okay. And a lot of you'll be able to really quickly, as I give you the description, as you take an audit and look at your team to see where they are. So I'll give you bronze medalists first. Bronze medalists, they have average performance. They do their job just well enough to not get fired. They're okay. They have limited impact as far as on the business. Their role is helpful, but not critical. And they consistently have the lack of aptitude to go to the next level. Like they're just there. They do just enough. And so they may show some potential of, they show like some peaks of excellence. But as you look at the track record, they just do just enough. And so those are bronze medalists. The bronze, they carry this thing called the ACH. And you probably wonder, what is the ACH? The ACH is mediocrity. And it is contagious. It can have your top gold level performer, what we're going to talk about, when they catch this, it seems like it's okay not to perform. And so it's one of the things I told my kids: do not get injected by the ACH. If you see someone with the ACH, you need to go the other way, because they will take your excellence and reduce it, and they will question you of why you're working so hard. So that's one of the things what you want to do is continue to get rid of those bronze medalists. The key thing is, number 1 is the awareness. And as you go through this, you want to start to upgrade the levels of your team, because you are the sum total of the people that are around you. And your team is a full example of that. We'll talk about how to go ahead and take it up to the next level. But number 1 is start with the awareness of understanding if you got bronze medalists on your team. So let's talk about silver medalists. Okay. So the silver medalists, they are good. Okay. They have talent, very intelligent. And then they have a ton of potential. The thing about silver medalists, though, they can be dangerous. And the reason why they can be dangerous is that you see the peaks of brilliance and then you continue to chase it. what happens, you start not wanting just to win, you want to win with them. And there was one person that I hired, amazing, and I really wanted to have the sales succeed. I built the company to a point where it was printing $500,000 a month, and I put someone in place to be able to run that system. They had in the past had built systems of 50 people that reported to them in a sales organization. And so I looked to them to build that system. And here's what happened. That $500,000 of sales machine continued to decline all the way until I had to jump back in. And I looked at what did I do wrong? I saw all of the signs. I saw all the signs of it not working. This is an amazing person that would have made probably been great for another role, but because I was addicted to potential, I waited too long, and in turn destroyed the amazing essence of what I had and had to rebuild it all over again. So it's a caution to you of not being addicted to potential. You want to make sure that you have a development plan. They're either the right person or they are not. And so that's a key attribute as far as that. So let me tell you about the gold medalists. Now, gold medalists, man, they are hard to find, but when you have them, it's next level. A gold medalist, you go back to your spouse and you're like, I don't know how this person is on my team. Gold medalists, they have enough talent to run their own companies, but in exchange for security and being on an incredible journey, they'll come work on and be on your team. Gold medalists, I'll tell you one of the biggest things about gold medalists. The role that you are currently hiring for, when you're in an interview, sometimes you're interviewing a candidate and you're assessing whether they're a gold medalist or not. And most people, what they do is they tell you the right things that you want to hear to basically show you that I can actually just give me a shot and I can actually show you that I can perform on this. And so what happens, a lot of entrepreneurs, business owners, they hire those types of folks. And what happens is they come on and they practice on your business. And that practicing is expensive. The difference of a gold medalist, let's say you're looking for this type of talent, what a gold medalist does is they reach into their shirt, they pull out their gold medals and they slam it right on the table. And they show you that I won the gold in 2013. I won the gold in 2024. They're telling you all their gold medals and their major wins, their track record of success. Gold medals can teach you something. And so what you want to do as far as a gold medalist is the type of person that you put on your team that is coming to you with solutions and not ideas just necessarily. They're giving you track records and playbooks of how they have succeeded over 10 to 15 times on the very problem that you need solved. That's a gold medalist. So you're probably wondering, okay, Chris, like how do I attract these gold level type of employees, these team members? And one of the things that we do that I consult a lot of people with is using the same way that we retain them to attract them. And so what you have to do is one of the things that we call MOAT. And MOAT is an acronym that we consult a lot of our clients and we do this internally to retain the talent. But it's also one of the ways that you can make sure that you elevate your company, your brand, and what you're going after with this. So MOAT, the M stands for money. So when you're in that interview, that's important to that candidate. So you have to make sure that you're sharing a vehicle that of what they're currently making, that they have an opportunity to make the most that they've ever had in their life. That is important to a gold medalist. It doesn't have to be that it's right now, but is your vehicle a vehicle that can get them to the promised land, right? So that's the M. The O is for opportunity. And so it's not the opportunity as far as the job that they'll be working. The O is for the opportunity of like, what is the opportunity to get in this vehicle with you? Like, where are we going? If someone got a job at Google, like that's an opportunity. If you got a job at Tesla, the opportunity. Well, you can also create such a brand story of where you're going, of what that opportunity is. For example, my company, Passive Candidate Pro, Talent Flow, it's an AI recruiting engine. In the last 7 months, we have done over $1.3 million in ARR. And so that is a $10 million company right there in 7 months. What do you think we are about to do within the next 3 to 5 years? That's an opportunity. The next is A, and that stands for advancement. What you want to make sure is that you have a promotional pathway for them to see themselves of what they can ascend to. Okay. And so that's the A. And then the last one is T. T stands for time freedom. So a lot of gold medalists, they don't want the level of time freedom that you have and that you enjoy as a founder, a CEO, and a risk taker. But time freedom is important to them. They want to know that they can go ahead and build this thing with you, and that they know that they can be able to get the time freedom with their families to enjoy the fruits of their labor. And so you want to paint the picture of like the cool things that you do to be able to give them time freedom. I'll give you one of our playbook. You know, we see that we're not as busy between Christmas and New Year's. And so we create a opportunity for our team to earn, to get an extra week of vacation paid. Those are types of things that are the time freedom that gold medalists love. And so that's the way that you can not only retain top talent, but if you put your moat system on the front end when you're interviewing and you speak in those ways, showing how they can make money, showing how this is an incredible opportunity, showing the pathway for advancement, and then how they can have time freedom to enjoy the fruits of their labor, that's how you attract gold medalists. There's a couple of things that I want to also provide you, like just amazing insights that I've learned from building so many businesses and consulting people on hiring and retaining talent. So one of the biggest things is this notion that you have to build this big team. And I was with that. Like you talked about your head count. And I remember I wanted to get my head count to over 100 people. And I did this. This is crazy. I started. I had my recruiting business. We were the in-house corporate recruiter for our clients, and as a subscription model, and it was incredible. We built that company. It started with a total of 5 people. In 11 months, I got that to over 124 people, which is crazy. But as exciting as that was, what I learned is this quote. So remember this. This is one of the things that I learned. Headcount is vanity, profit is sanity, cash is king. Okay, I'll say that again. Headcount is vanity, profit is sanity, cash is king. So many times we think that we need to build this big 100, 200 person army. There's a team that a SEAL Team 6 can do just as much. A team of gold medalist killers can conquer and have as much success as a 100 person team where you have a few gold medalists, few people injected with the OC, and a few silver medalists. So one of the things is understand that headcount is vanity. Really make sure you're surrounding yourself with a team, a SEAL Team 6, where they're amazing gold medalists that's taking the company to the next level. So guys, I hope that helped you. If you want more help, I want to invite you guys to one of my upcoming Hire to Win challenges. I go deep into this topic. And then there's some people that also upgrade to VIP, where you can ask me a question directly and I can consult you right in your own business as far as that. So The link is in the description. Go to hiretowinchallenge.com. And I'm super excited to be able to meet you and being able to go deep into this so you can take your business to the next level. Guys, please go ahead and like, subscribe, even share this. Share this to another entrepreneur that you can bless their brains out with. And I will see you guys on the next episode. God bless. Then you're writing in your inventory of your expectation. And then you're writing in the inventory of how the adversity has blessed you. You roll out of the day just doing those things. And I'm going to show you the others in other videos. But you just do those 3 things. That's how you start to eliminate the trap of doubt.